Gentlemen, welcome to participate in our NRA Press Club's Hot Topic weekly program. Our today's hot topic is presented by our host, Baljinder Singh Sidhu. Baljinder ji, go ahead, please.
Hello, everybody. You're all welcome to this weekly show. And today's topic is Future of America. And this is a very wide topic. So it has you can take anything. It's a world power, biggest economy, oldest democracy, foreign policy, trade policy, World Health Organization or environment. So we're going to keep everything on the side. I think let's focus on our economic conditions, what's going to happen in the near future, because you see real estate is on fire and stock market is on fire. So these are the things they're going to have a real effect on our local economies, and the money is all borrowed. So that's the topic we want to keep ourselves in a narrow focus of that. That both governments with Trump added $3 trillion into the deficit. Now Biden is going to add $4 trillion to the deficit. So what it happens to our dollar? As you know, American dollar is predicted that it's going to go down in value, it's going to devalue. And China's yuan is forcibly kept lower because that's coming up. So if the dollar goes down, obviously all the goods will be more expensive for Americans here. So the inflation will go up. And in order to control inflation, the Fed has to raise the rates. So all the luxury of having 1% mortgages, 2% mortgages will go out of the window. So ultimately, this is going to come back to us. So anyway, let's start with the Vinod on this topic.
I would like to say that whenever there is a crisis like Corona or wars, you see the history of World War, there is a lot of stimulus in the world, lot of money to the people, so that the money goes to the people, they borrow. So what I find that the federal government, Federal Reserve Bank, federal want inflation to go up. Because if the inflation goes up about 2%, we are going to, so if the interest rates are low, it proves that economy is not moving. But if the interest rates are high, the thesis is that economy moves. So therefore, the need of the hour is that the interest rate should go up so that the housing market cools, the material cost cools. So the question is, relative to the world, US dollar is still strong because other countries are weak. Relative to, because whenever you say economy of a country, it is relative to other world powers.
Okay, thank you. Arunji.
Anji, well, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to see and meet you all again on Zoom. Well, I'm a little bit bullish over here. You remember the Carter years in the 70s? Where the interest rates were like 21, 22%. So they went up, and then they came up with the price side economics, Arthur Laffer curve, if you remember that. So that's what is going on. What we got to remember, I wouldn't get so much concerned and worried. Right now, we did have a national debt of $26 trillion. It's still between 2 to 3% of your GDP. Typically, that's what happens. The other countries are willing to invest in America. China has 1.3 trillion in US bonds. 1.2 by Japan, 260 billion by the Brazilians. So a lot of the other countries are the most stable politically, country in the world. Now, you mentioned about China. If you go to Hong Kong, if you have any friends, check with them. A lot of the hotels are empty. There is so much disharmony over there. People are very unstable They want to migrate. I know a lot of my tailor in Hong Kong, in Kowloon, wants to come over here. He says things are very unstable over there. So I am very bullish on American, Larry Summers, who was the Treasury Secretary, said today that it is a little rough road, but the government is going to control the inflation, the interest rates. Yes, you got to stimulate the economy out there. It could get worse. In World War II, 30% of our debt was like 30% of our GDP. So everything is manageable. We have a very trained workforce. The only thing that the Americans are doing wrong, in my opinion, we're trying to emulate the British. British used to be the biggest power at the British Empire, but they went into from a manufacturing to a service economy. And look what happened. They became, now they lose Scotland, not much of a power. But the US is still strong, but they still have to control. They have to have a balanced economy. There are 20 sectors of the US economy. They have to focus on manufacturing.
Thank you. Okay, Amrik Singh.
Like Arunji, I am also kind of bullish on this. I was reading an article in the Wall Street Journal. He said, for every one person that you show me who became rich by savings, I can show you 1,000 who became rich by borrowing money. So, you really can't do much without borrowing money these days. If you want to grow the economy, you have to stimulate it. We're coming out of this pandemic, Corona, and it is the responsibility of the government to make sure that the economy keeps going. If the inflation picks up, of course, they'll raise the interest rates. But for right now, I think it's the right policy. Our economy will grow, and it's the strongest in the world still. China wants to take the dollar's place. China wants to take dollar's place. So China will learn what happens when you become the superpower. China maybe want to become a superpower right now, but there are pros and cons. I have witnessed, I was there in England when Mrs. Thatcher took England from a manufacturing to a service economy. She said she was going to make England the center of the financial center of the world. Well, that didn't happen. But America, on the other hand, still has its manufacturing. America has agriculture. There's nothing that America doesn't have. It has all the natural resources to compete with America, or to beat America, forget it. To even compete with America, there have to be a few more Chinas to do that. And I'm glad our economy is going the way it is. We're the only country so far coming out of the pandemic. No other country has managed it. They've come out, they've gone back in, they've come out, they've gone back in. America is a pretty stable currency, and I'm glad that we are here.
Let's go to Bishara Singh.
With your due permission, I would like to step back a little bit and want to expand on the subject which we are discussing. I think this is one of the important things, but as I see it, that the situation is not much different than how the world began after the World War II. People believe it or not, but it is that kind of impact worldwide that no country should really think just itself how to come out of it. As most people think it was a pause button. Before the people start thinking borrowing or not borrowing and starting manufacturing what or not, they have to change course. They are thinking about that the economic structure which has worked so far after the World War II, the people are thinking to change it, to make it more eco-friendly, so that all the innovations, all the plans, all the policies are made in such a way that we don't end up harming the planet more than we already did.
Thank you. Anji, Gary ji,
Right now, most of the countries in the same boat due to Corona. It's just like Pashora ji or Binod ji said it, war or Corona. There's a very in the bad situation, all countries. Because when I look at even India or China or here, China is the only country I feel it. They are in good shape, and the United States already control now. That's very good news. They control that corona due to their invention. And secondly, right now I think US has a very good chance there to restart that some essential manufacturing here. Number one. Number two, because we have all kind of, like Brixidus said, we have all kind of sources. We are rich in every corner. We have brain, we have a investment, we can do anything. But we should not lose our reputation that like inflation, other things start coming on. And people should continue to invest in our country from the worldwide. But right now, it looks like that our trillion dollars are wasted. Maybe it not, I'm talking about Joe Biden, he will start before too. Both parties, as I always say that, Democrat and Republican, both parties are responsible. People try to be only say that Republican did that. No, both parties, they must have to be rethink that. Voters should be very wise. They have to bring the right people. Let me start manufacturing here, essential manufacturing. That will be fine. Thank you.
Hey, when I started thinking about this future of America, the thought behind is, are we comparing? We cannot compare America to any other country. We need to compare with ourselves, where we were and where we're going. So if you compare the back from, America was built under certain situations with the good planning, good infrastructure, and as a good democratic, law-abiding, institutions, people. But what I'm looking at it, looking forward, you can see that why people invest in America is because they consider it is a stable democracy. But the way political things are happening in US, QAnon is saying that this is all a stolen election. So the word goes out into the world, and then of course people start thinking America is not so stable, and they will start looking at alternative places. And also China is looking at using their own currency for trading in the Eastern Bloc. They have started using with some countries. So what I'm saying is, although America, we are positive, we are optimistic, but where what's happening today, I don't see it's going up. I see that it's going sliding down slowly. As the deficit goes up, our bill to pay that interest on that will be going up too. We have to pay the Social Security, we the military, we the healthcare. So where are we going to get that money when we give the big tax breaks? So this is the area where I want to discuss. Thank you. Anyway, so let's start with again for next round with the
I would like to speak that you cannot borrow the money indefinitely, because if you borrow the money indefinitely, it creates more problems than it solves. It will create more crisis. And when the crisis comes like 2008, it was the biggest crisis ever in the history of society, where banks failed. Lehman Brothers failed. And then you do not know when crisis will happen. So now I am saying China has added its population policy changing. 3 kids. So what is happening? Their People Liberation Army, people are not joining. People are aging. Same situation in USA. If people are aging, your pressure on Social Security will increase multifold. And if population does not grow, budget will be added to the Social Security. And if I see Trump's plan 4 year, I see Biden plan 4 year, I did not hear any word for manufacturing. There is no in the Trump regime and in the Biden regime, no research and development budget. If you see the budget being presented now, they no R&D, no R&D in the food.
Let's move to Arun now. Let's see.
Thank you so much, guys. I wouldn't get so worried about this. I understand if you look up into the history of the world, you had the Mayan Empire, the Roman Empire, the British Empire, so many empires. What goes up must come down. But I don't think anything to really worry. Like I said earlier, in the World War II, 30% of our GDP was borrowed. Okay, now we are just 2 to 3%, 26 trillion. It's still manageable, our debt. But I want to talk about the future, like we are all concerned. I'm a manufacturing guy. I used to build ships in India for Qatar from scratch. Then I worked for Northrop Grumman. We built planes, the F-18 B-2 bomber from scratch. Then I was been in emerging technologies from cell phone, internet onwards. So I know a little bit about manufacturing. This country was based after World War II on innovation, growth, and technology. And there's new and new things are going to be coming. But I'll just take one quick story. I had a conversation. Do you remember Ross Perot when he ran for election during Clinton and Bush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I met Thomas Stilgets. He was the head of economic advisors for Clinton. I said, sir, Ross Perot is telling about moving all this manufacturing overseas. He says, don't worry. We're going to keep our aerospace and shipbuilding into this country. Rest everything, the smokestack, which pollutes the waters, rivers, all that atmosphere, we are going to export. But what happened was from one administration to the other administration to the other, that continuity has not gone. And that was worrisome. You see what happened when Trump relinquished to Biden, what happened. So there is a little vacuum out there. The other thing which worries me is the coronavirus. They're looking in the next 90 days as to what happened. Is this a biological warfare? Is this something purposely somebody, or was it a mistake? So that is really going to determine how strong the other countries are and what they can do. I agree with you that manufacturing is the way to go. And history repeats itself and tells us that this country has to focus on that.
Amrit Singh.
I think so. I think that we, sometimes start thinking about manufacturing. Politicians really can't start manufacturing in this country. It's the people. America is still not like a socialist country. It's a capitalist country. Think about it. Tesla is an American manufacturing company. Elon Musk was the chief engineer. It was started by Tesla, Nikola Tesla, but Elon Musk was the chief engineer. Now, there's another company in Arizona called Lucid Air. They're producing the car. The starting price is $120,000. They said they're not competing with Tesla. They're competing with Mercedes. Americans manufacturing has a kind of way of doing things. They want to milk the technology for as long as they can. Ford could have come up with the electric car a long time ago, but they didn't. They realized they're going to have to. So Biden drove an F-150 truck, and the stock has gone through the roof. Ford stock's gone through the roof because the Ford is manufacturing an electric car. Boeing is an aerospace company. It's been there for I don't know how many decades, but Boeing is just still focused on the same concept. There are new small startup companies coming up. They're all totally electric. So America will be the innovator. There is no way. It has the capacity to bring in the brains from all over the world.
I think America need not to worry on that ground if they learn from the mistakes and missteps they have made. As I mentioned before, that the economic structure which had started after World War II has worked so far. And if we consider this was the reset button now, and America is learning from the missteps and mistakes, as Biden in the state speech he had said, and put the environment right in the center of it. And if now all the policies are made which are eco-friendly, and going back to what the new emphasis is on clean energy and all that kind of thing, and if all the innovations and manufacturing also is led in that direction, then America, as it has so far attracted the best investment and best brains from the rest of the world, it will continue to do so even more, but only if it provides a new direction.
Okay, Gary Singh.
Okay, since 2000, everything, both parties, they are not sincerely try to work on that. It started from the Bush, when the war started with Iraq. After that, nobody became serious. Definitely, we have to balance budget. That's a fine. You can $1 trillion is okay, but not like now is okay due to Corona. 5 trillion, 6 trillion go up 3 years. But right now they are used to do that. Everybody. If not stop that, the inflation will go up, and gap between rich and poor is starting because we are depending upon service industry. There's no manufacturing, nobody has interest, like Binod said it, no research and development. And just like they try to make people happy right now, that's a fine. But let me see that how next 2 years they will do it. I'm not satisfied whatever the both parties are doing. Anyway, thank you.
Anyway, okay, I see that Binod said no research and development. Arunji said that there's no continuity between the policies between the various, Democratic or Republican government. There's no continuity. And then Amrit said that they want to squeeze all the things from the old technology and they just don't innovate enough. And same thing is Peshawar Singh said, it's the time to think new.
In this country, we have to have a national consensus on the environment, which is not, because the unsustained development which you are putting big cars, big plants, it will create more crisis than solve it. When
Yes.
Sandy will come, your borrow money will not work.
Count further individually, then we go together with the group. Okay.
Thank you, Baljinder Singh Ji. But what's going to happen is, I think you mentioned that it's the private enterprise who come up with the ideas and develop them. Yes, they do come up with ideas like Tesla and all, small, medium size. But what this country needs, what they had in the late 80s and all after Reagan, big ticket items. It is the politician who can give the change. They get ideas like Biden is getting information from his guys. Hey, invest in infrastructure, bridges, roads that you can gap. Then somebody says you got to get broadband internet in rural areas. Then somebody said maybe healthcare, but you got to look at bigger items like we used to have before. The Airbus, the Europeans took that from the Americans. Shipbuilding, the Koreans took that. So they need to come up with some big ticket items which have export, which creates high-paying jobs in this country, where you can have work in all the 51 states. So that's some of the big ticket items. I think that's what they need to focus on. So it will take a public-private partnership, and I have a lot of hope. Like after the Manhattan Project, after the Second World War, this country, the business, the politicians, educationists, everybody got together to look forward. And I think that's what's going to happen over here in the not too distant future with a new set of politicians, I hope.
Okay.
If you think about it, there's only 3 companies in the world that build a chip: Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. There is no other company in the world that builds computer processor chips. There is no company in the world that compares Tesla. There's no company in the world that compares Ford, General Motors, Chrysler. I mean, they are the best and they will remain. And that to lay your fears, Peshawar Ji, America's new technology is more eco-friendly than before. It will lead the world in cleaning the air. I have no doubt in keeping our environment clean.
Okay, Pichora Singh.
I think, Amrik ji, you have a point, but I think to call that American manufacturing is already eco-friendly is very superficial. As Vinod ji has said that we don't even agree on the environmental policy, and this country doesn't have a real environmental policy.
Okay, Gary Singh.
Okay, environment and climate, I don't feel that is a US issue. This is a worldwide issue. China or India, other countries, they must have to participate every place, number one. Even same thing, Canada is also, they banned that election last 2 years back. Environment. Okay, it's not an issue here. Issues other countries also, they should involve it, number one. Number two, manufacturing, you will see the result if not become serious. Little bit serious. We understand that we have a all kind of sources in this country, rich country that way, and it don't mean that we will be continue to be rich. Other countries, China has a challenge. India is also Chinese, IT area, other places. So we have to be very careful for that. Only I'm talking about politicians. They have to be look after that area. I'm very seriously looking these both parties. Thank you.
Okay, now I have my comments on, as everybody's talking about manufacturing. Last time we gave a tax rebate from 35% down to 21%. So 14% is a big chunk. And we have given this money free, including the foreign corporations took it. And a lot of companies bought their own shares. So they put the money in their pocket. They didn't do anything for manufacturing. So this is a big, stupid action by the American government. They should have tied this rebate of 14% to those companies who will produce jobs in America, who will produce goods in America.
Right.
They should get that rebate, not the ones who are running Wall Street offices.
But that's not a wrong decision. That's the right decision. It is wrong to be give that money to outside countries. Okay, fine. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Let's move. Now, I think I'm not going to ask anybody this open. Go ahead.
Can I have a comment? Can I have a please just have a comment on Baljinder Sidhu ji? Baljinder Sidhu ji, I don't know, you forgot. In one of the debates, Gary ji or everybody asked, what was, name one good thing Trump did? And you know what you said? He lowered the tax rate for the corporations. And now you're complaining? Come on,
Sidhu sir, I have a question.
Amrik ji, this is the Republicans' policy all the time to help to the that manufacturing companies. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Like we said, we cannot be everything to in all instances. We are only talking about keeping industries growth, in this country. That's strategic thinking. We focus on aerospace, shipbuilding. They're building the TSMC, the Taiwanese largest chip manufacturer, which has surpassed the other manufacturers like Qualcomm and all in Arizona. So that's coming up there.
We are fortunate that we think that we have the government now which is listening. And I am sure that there will be a lot of good things, a feedback they will be getting from all the goodwill people.
More shooting going on, average wise, more shooting going on. Listen.
Will be, maybe. But,
local economy or our national economy, this is the discussion we're going to have today.